Alrighty, welcome to Super Mario Odyssey Triple Bingo Tournament for 2025. I'm Awesome Agron, and here we have a Triple Bingo match, quarterfinals, Triscuit versus PlacidMink. Both of these runners, very experienced. I've played with both of them a lot, and yeah, this is going to be a good show. I need to switch the layout. Oh my. Oh, okay. They did it for me. Nice. Perfect. They did do it for me, right? Yeah. Okay. So, a little bit about our runners. So, obviously, they're very experienced and very good to make it to the quarterfinals. PlacidMink, I believe, was fourth or third in the seeding for this tournament. So, before the tournament, they did a little seeding match to determine seeding. Little bit of inaccuracies. I'm a little rusty, or I was a little rusty because I don't really play this game anymore outside of bingo. So I got, I think, 5th or 6th in the seeding match. Placid got 3rd, I believe. And then I think Triscuit got like 8th. I think that's right. But seeding aside, definitely makes sense for these two players to make it as far as they have in this tournament. They will be playing a best of 3. So that means the winner of 2 matches in a best of 3 will be the winner of the tournament. Well, not the tournament, but they will proceed to semifinals. Did I really just say they'd win the tournament? Oh my god. Anyways, they will be facing JD Boy. Whoever wins this match will be facing JD Boy. The other side of the bracket has already been resolved. I will be facing Mark Lucas tomorrow, actually. So that should be a fun matchup. Let's take a look at this board. Got a good bit going on. Not too bad of a center square. 12 moons from sub-areas total. Definitely not a terrible center square to work with. Pretty free-flowing center square. Can work with that in any progression of the board. First thing we want to do is figure out whether we're Snow Seaside locked. Does not look like it, which means that this is going to be pretty open. I think there's a lot of goals where you could end relatively early. Not always the best option, but with so many early finishes, finishing early is pretty much almost a guarantee on this board. I do see Catch Rabbit loss. I do see a couple of Metro goals, like 30 regional coins Metro. There's also 4 checkpoints Metro, but that's Night Metro, which I would still consider to be relatively early. Pretty much anything before Wiggler would be considered early finish. 2 moons from Goombas. Another tricky goal, because while it is technically an early finish goal, the runners will need to be careful and decide if doing World Peace Sand will be worth it for their run. Otherwise, it is a Snow Seaside goal. I also see some pretty extensive goals on here, like 100 moons total and 32 moons sand. Might be advisable to dodge both of those in this board. So not too shabby, but not ideal. So it looks like they're probably going to be looking at some sort of Catch the Rabbit loss finish or Night Metro finish from the looks of it. I do see some pretty nice, neat synergy already. I see 3 moons from sub-areas and 7 moons... 3 moons from sub-areas. 3 moons from 8-bits and 7 moons from 8-bit sections. So that will mean that they would have to complete all of the 8-bits up through loss, assuming they don't go to Day Metro. There is the 30 regionals Metro, so you could end in Day Metro with Row 2 and TLDR. But there's also 5 Captain Toads, which I don't love the prospects of, to be honest. So maybe we want to avoid that one. Just maybe. I also see Jump Rope Hero Metro in column 5, so yeah, there's a lot going on with this board. The runners are figuring stuff out. Maybe they already went for some regionals in Cascade. I did see 45 regionals Cascade. Yep. Placid is immediately committing to regionals in Cascade. Probably a smart idea. This 45 regionals Cascade is placed in a pretty good spot. I do like row 3 in general. I do think this is a pretty good line. It's a very easy line. Nothing in this line is going to really be too far out of the way time-wise. So definitely a good goal to sort of just set your eyes on immediately. Yeah, I could see something like row 3, TLBR, and row 2. Just like looking at this from a very short-sighted angle. If we're looking at more in-depth synergy, maybe there's something better to define. Like I said, I don't love the 5 Captain Toads here, but it's not the worst goal if you just want to commit to it. If you're going to do World Peace Sand, that opens up row 4 as a potential opportunity, or C2. Probably C2, actually. I don't like row 4 at all. So yeah, there is that. I'm not sure if I love the prospect of doing the 32 Moon Sand or the 100 Moon Solo or any of that jargon, to be honest. Yeah, I could definitely see these runners doing something like TLBR row 3 C5. I don't think that's a bad route at all. It's pretty straightforward. There's nothing too crazy. You do end in day Metro, which helps with the 5 Captain Toads. You just do jump rope and then you go get Metro Toad. It's pretty clean. I do like that. There's also a couple of quick sub-areas you can do in Metro. Anyways, both of these runners are finishing up with the Madame Brute fight, so you know what that means. That means that it is actually time to see what our runners have been concocting over the past 5 or so minutes. Always fun to see this development. PlacidMink immediately going for chest clip. Looks like they got it. Very nice. Not quite leaving, so potentially has their eyes on the 16 Rune Cascade. Or maybe just finishing out the regional count. It's probably just finishing out the regional count, honestly. Triscuit is having some trouble getting out of where you spawn the Odyssey, so that's always fun. Triscuit also committing to regionals. That down throw was spicy. Listen, when we talk about down throws in Super Mario Odyssey, nothing is more satisfying than a nicely timed down throw for purple coins. Oh, and PlacidMink missing Dino Skip for Captain Toad. That's definitely a bit of a timely mistake. He just dived out just ever so slightly too quickly. But shouldn't be too big of a deal. Looks like Triscuit is going up to commit to all of the regional coins outside the sub area. I believe PlacidMink is going to do the same. So, that in mind, I think both of our runners have a similar idea. Regional coins, and maybe leaving Cascade, but might also have the 16 Moons Cascade as a potential option. Triscuit not even bothering with that 8-bit. Likely either not doing 8-bits or only committing to the 3, in which case there are definitely faster options. Placid, on the other hand, is committing to the 8-bit in the sub-area, performing a very nice Rocky Rumble. For those of you that are unaware, that is a trick jump called Rocky Rumble, and if you perform it like Placid did, you're saving roughly 8 or 9 seconds in this sub-area. Give or take. So, pretty fast, pretty useful to learn for those early goal cascades. So, it looks like Triscuit is leaving Cascade. Placid still committing to Cascade Ventures. So, it looks like Triscuit only committing to the 45. That's okay. I think there's plenty of routes with the without the 16 as well. Placid doing more so what I would consider to be the good route on this board, and just committing to the 16, and likely doing something with either row 2 or column 5. Row 2 is not bad. If you're willing to commit to the 7-8 bits, row 2 is not bad. I think I did mention that already as a possibility for both of our runners, so... What else is Triscuit planning, is my question. I think there's a couple of possibilities. He's getting the bird, just doing general Sandtown stuff. A manual DSTA, So maybe didn't quite hit his window or just didn't even bother to set it. Not sure. Either way, only a couple of seconds to detour to the home menu to get that clock change going, which means that he will be able to plant the seed and get a nice, quick moon. Anyways, Placid is now done with his Cascade Trek. It actually looks like he didn't commit to the 16 in the end. So I guess that's row 2 and C5 off the table for both of our runners. That does beg the question, what are they doing? Because I kind of had row 2 and C5 potentially on the radar here, and neither of them are doing it. So, hopefully not 2 moons from Goombas. Like, I don't love World Peace Sand here. I think C3 is a bait line. I think it looks okay in practice, but the reality is it's going to be pretty slow. I think you're probably committing to a lot of slow stuff here. Yeah, Lapis, 16 Cascade is a lot, by the way. I just finally opened the chat. 16 Cascade is a lot, but the thing is like, that's like the only major time sink in the route I suggested. So it almost doesn't seem bad at all, because you're getting your major time sink out of the way early on. Everything else is pretty easy, or you can route it into your normal kingdom visit, and it probably works pretty well. But I guess these runners have something different in mind. Triscuit, struggling a little bit on the 8-bit tower bullet bounce, but getting it second try, so still likely saving time with that. Placid went immediately to Sphinx Room. Bit of a weird decision. Like, that is the one move he... never mind, he's just rolling off the cliff. Oh. Okay, so the only moon he committed to so far was the Sphinx Room. And now I guess he's going to the Moai? This is a bit of a weird decision. Are we implying that he's doing World Peace? Because why else would he rush the Sphinx Room in this sub-area to save moons in his otherwise pretty packed sand route? I don't know. 32 moons cannot be the correct play. I'm not saying that it's not a possible play. I do think it could work if you're really good at 32 moon sand. Like, C2 is a really easy line if you're insanely good at 32 moon sand, which can be done in about 11-12 minutes if you're really seasoned at it. I just don't think it's worth it on this board, because there's not really enough synergy to pair with it. You're just getting the goal done. It's just a big time sink. But, yeah, Placid is immediately going into the pyramid. I don't know. I don't know, chat. I don't know about this, early pyramid rush. That was a little dicey from Placid. Triscuit is also in the pyramid, by the way. So did both of these runners commit to World Peace Sand? Maybe. Triscuit probably committed to 32 as well from the looks of it. So, but we're not going to see C3 from Triscuit, because he skipped out on the 8-bit. So, maybe row 1. Yeah, row 1 is a possibility. Could you see, like, row 1, C2, and row 3? I guess that's a possibility. Didn't really consider that, because I didn't think anybody would really commit to this 32 sand on this board. But now that we see that Triscuit is very likely doing 32 moon sand, it's probably a good idea to look at those lines now as a possibility for him, as it does open up new opportunities. Yeah, Placid's definitely not doing 32 moons in sand. He might be doing Peace, though. Hence why he committed to the pyramid in the sub-area so early. Whether or not this is a wise decision is debatable. I don't love the idea of doing a really slow goal like 2 moons from Goombas on an early finish, when that's pretty much the only thing you have to do in Sand. I think Triscuit has the more direct idea. Like, if you're going to commit to that idea, you might as well do 32 moon Sand. Because you are doing a lot. You're doing a lot of slow goals. I can maybe see it if you're IP skipping, but you're not IP skipping. Because you need the 8 moon. It's classic, so... I'm not 100% convinced this is the right idea from Placid, but again, Placid's very good at the game, very experienced bingo runner, so it's possible that they're noticing something that I'm not about this. Maybe, like, the rest of the routes, like, super easy. Okay, so C3 for Placid. Row 3 for Placid. And what else for Placid? TLBR. So they're going to get towed. They're going to get towed. C3, row 3, TLBR for Placid seems likely. And then I think Triscuit is going to do something along the lines of row 1, C2, row 3. That's what I currently have for each of these runners at this given time. That could change depending on what they do. That is a Night Metro plus Lost Revisit finish. For Triscuit, yes. Yes, it is. There's also a Cap Revisit, by the way. So, a lot of revisits. I mean, listen, outside of the 32 Moon Sand, it doesn't seem like Triscuit's doing too much, so maybe a reasonable play. I'm not 100% sure on it, but it seems like he has a general idea on his shoulders. I haven't really discussed regionals because it's only 125 total on this board, but I think it's probably still a good idea to at least discuss it. So 45 regionals Cascade, they each got that goal, so they essentially only need either 55 or 80 to reach the total. What? Oh, Placid's going into Ice Cave. I completely forgot that this was even a goal on this card. Probably because I never mentioned it to this point. So, row 2 for Placid? Wait, what? What is happening? We're not going to Seaside, are we? No, there's no way. Why are we marking off Ice Cave? We're not doing Ice Cave. There's no way. Really? Okay. I'm confused again, chat. I thought I had it all figured out, and now I'm confused again. I don't fully understand Ice Cave. Maybe it's not in their route, and they're just marking it just to mess with me. Not an impossibility. He did have to get up to... Wait, no he didn't. He already bought Jaxie. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure where Placid gets the idea that Ice Cave could potentially be in his route. C4? There's no way. 100 moons? Absolutely not. No chance. I would say row 2 is still on the table, but a Cascade Revisit doesn't seem very good. Unless if they're planning to revisit Cascade, so they could buy the souvenirs. But it seems like a pretty roundabout revisit. So, I'm not too sure if I agree with the idea of a Cascade Revisit. Also, oh, Placid. I feel like he nearly died like 3 times there. Also, both of these runners are in Sand Underground and collecting their goodies before they go fight Knuckleattack. Triscuit has significantly more moons than Placid. So, what's kind of crazy about this is it seems like Triscuit and Placid might leave Sand at around the same time, despite Triscuit having to get 32. This is what I was saying about Triscuit's choice to get 32 in Sand. He's likely not going to leave too much later than Placid, because getting the extra moons wasn't what was slow about the 32 moons. Well, obviously that is slow, but like Placid and Triscuit are both having to fight Knuckleattack, get 2 moons from Goombas, and then possibly Captain Toad as well. So Like, you're doing all of the slowest thing in sand. Like, the least you could do is pick up some extra moons along the way. I know Placid did Moai sub-area plus Ice Cave, so their sub-area count would be a 3. No. They also did the Rocky Rumble room, so their sub-area count would be a 5. 5 moons from sub-areas total for Placid. I don't believe Triscuit has... no, that's wrong. I think Triscuit entered Bullet Building in Moai. So Triscuit has 4 moons from sub-areas. Probably important to keep track of that, as I think both of these runners are likely going for that center square. I'm still not sure about Ice Cave Treasure from Placid. I'm not really sure what kind of route we're making here. Like I said, it could be a revisit to make use of the purple coins for the souvenirs, but I don't know if that's a good idea, honestly. They both made sure to commit to chests as well. Placid especially, I believe, has collected all chests up to this point, so... Placid does have 5 chest mains. Triscuit, I believe, also has 5 chest mains? I think so. I think Triscuit has 5 as well. I just know Placid went to them because those are the only things he committed to in Sam, basically. Placid picking up his, 1 souvenir. 1 souvenir. Interesting choice to only buy 1 souvenir. I guess you only have the regionals for 1. I guess I'll just commit. Anyways, Triscuit making pretty quick work of the Goomba Moon. Getting the platform to line up so he doesn't have to wait or do any risky business with the Goomba jump. So, pretty well lined up. As predicted, Placid is committing to Captain Toad's Sand for the 5 Captain Toads. Pretty slow moon. You have to get Lakitu, you have to do Peace. I don't know. I never thought this moon was really all that worth it in Bingo. Even if I do have to do, like, 5 Captain Toads and early finish, it's very rare that I'll actually commit to this. Unless if it's, like, a wooded finish, and, like, I have reason to do both sand and wooded piece. I don't think it's very worth it to do this moon, usually. Like, I almost feel like it should have its own goal. Or, like, there should be a goal called, like, 2 Lakitu fishing moons. So then it would maybe make more sense to work toward that, maybe. Because then it's like, you're either going to snow, or you're, like, snow and getting peace, or you're doing sand peace. I don't know. Wait, did somebody go through the Metro painting? Wait, did Triscuit go through the Metro painting and I didn't see it? No way. Yeah, it's definitely a goal in long bingo through. I'm just saying, like, in general, it'd give more purpose to the Captain Toad and Sam, which I feel like is a moon that you almost never want to collect. The good news about getting World Peace and Sand is you open up a lot of fast moons. So, again, as I said before, Triscuit is able to collect a lot of moons that he wouldn't be able to collect otherwise. In fact, he's actually going past the 32. I think we're doing 100, boys. Because why else would he be collecting extra moons in Sam? Maybe leaving with 40? Triscuit went through the painting? What? For a checkpoint? No way. No, I think that was for a moon. Like, I think he mainly did it for the moon. Wait, so this is 100 moons early finish. Okay, I'm very intrigued. 100 moons Night Metro finish. Let me think. So, column 4, column 2, and row 3? Oh. I guess it still could be row 1. It could still be row 1. I mean, we did commit to the Goomba Moon after all. I think it's still row 1. Yeah, Triscuit's also committing for Toad, so that does add up suspicion that they're both doing Captain Toads in some capacity. Placid TLBR. I guess Placid's doing TLBR row 2, row 3. Now, like, I don't get it. They also did the Goomba Moon. I feel like there's a red herring going on. Like, there's something in Placid's route that he marked that isn't actually on the route, and I'm willing to bet it's Ice Skate Trick. He didn't get the moon, just the checkpoint. Well, never mind. I honestly don't know what Triscuit's doing. I feel like he should have gotten the moon if he went through the painting to get the checkpoint. Why on earth would you get that checkpoint if you're not getting the moon along with it? You know, this isn't 6 checkpoints Metro. So it's not like you have to get that checkpoint. And only that checkpoint if you're not planning to go to Day Metro. Yeah, I don't get that at all, chat. He only got the checkpoint. Triscuit. Okay, so how many moons is this for Triscuit? 44. We're committing to 100 moons. I think we're going to be in it for the long haul, chat. I don't love 100 moons at this point. Anyways, Placid just immediately getting into the action in this sub-area. Jump, grab, cling, and climb, otherwise known as JGCC. Probably one of my favorite sub-areas in the game. I think it just is a great example of how far Odyssey's movement can take you to do a sub-area in the unconventional way possible to its intended method. So, definitely one of my favorites, for sure. It's also just, like, a very rewarding sub-area. Like, you nail everything right, and you just feel good. You're just like, man, that just feels right. That feels really good. So, Triscuit also finally reaching Lake Kingdom. Doing Lake Clip here, really making sure that it's lined up. But still not quite getting it. There we go. There it is. Alright. Placid committing to Lake Toad, which, again, we figured that was the case. This round is breaking my brain. This is only game 1 left. We're in it for the long haul, probably. It's possible someone gets 2-0'd, but it's also very likely that we get to game 3, so. I would have understood it, but 100 total? So, that's where I think you and I differ, because, like, it doesn't make sense to go through the painting if you're not getting a moon out of it for 100 moons total, and there's no reason to grab the checkpoint if you're only needing 4. 100 moons total I don't think is good on this board at all, but as we can see, Triscuit has already committed to the bid, essentially. Gonna be in it for the long haul, honestly. And then not getting the moon and still entering the painting for the checkpoint is just crazy. There's not even a warp painting objective on this card. Anyways, Placid is back in cap. Probably just for the regional coins, I think. Wait, we initially had Placid doing, oh, right, for the Captain Toad. Wait, he needs 5, right? I don't think he needed to do Sand Toad. I guess he's like, oh, I already did the Goomba Moon, I might as well do Sand Toad. Which, I mean, fair enough, I guess. It does mean you don't need Wooded Toad. So, what? Cap, Cascade, Sand, Lake, Lost. Yeah, okay, that's 5. Yep. You beat me to it, Lapis, but I got it. I figured it out. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, because, like, again, when I was initially looking at the card, I didn't love the prospect of doing 5 Captain Toads, but it's not really an easy goal to avoid either, so maybe it's just better to just commit to it. It's a little bizarre, but I could get behind it. What I can't get behind is Triscuit doing 100 total on. I think that's just definitely a mistake. I don't think it's going to end well for him. Maybe I'll be proven wrong, but I don't see it. Makes sense if you don't go to day. Yeah, exactly. Placid getting the treasure trap. He will need every treasure chest except for 2. 2 because he's gonna be able to have access to City Hall Lost and Found. So that will give him a choice of 11 treasure chests. So he's allowed to skip 2. I believe he's only skipped 1 so far. Exploring for treasure. So he'll definitely reach the 9 treasure chest quota. No doubts. Oh, apparently he already has it. What? Wait, really? Wait, that can't be right. He already has 9? I guess he got all of them except exploring for treasure. So yeah, that is 9. Come on. Did he just forget he was gonna go to Metro? Unless if he's not going to Metro. Maybe he's not going to Metro. What does that route look like? TLBR, row 3, and row 1. Oh, no, no, that still goes to Metro. What on earth? Why? I don't know. Maybe he just didn't think to not rat out one of the earlier treasure chests, maybe? I mean, which one do you even rat out, honestly? I'm not sure. That also begs the question why he was committing to 8-bits early. Oh, Chad, I'm very confused. I'm gonna be honest. You're not convinced he's going to Metro? Placid? Or Triscuit? I don't know. Triscuit's doing some really funky stuff here. Placid? Maybe. I just don't know why you would commit to that. Like, 4 checkpoints Metro is not a time-consuming goal. Oh! Triscuit taking pretty painful death in JGCC. Well, I do like this sub-area. That is one of my least favorite deaths in the game. Dying on that wall. Oh, brutal. Such a defeating loss. If you manage to lose all of that. Oh my god, he's going for carry map. Okay. He's fine, chat. He's fine. He did the risky stuff. Again, it is satisfying if you get it, but... I don't know, losing 40 seconds, kinda bad. You would have finished in Day Metro on this board? Yeah. I mean, I think pretty much every route I said ends in Day Metro. Like, that I suggested at the start ends in Day Metro. So... I just don't love the commitment to Sam Piece here. I don't think you get enough out of it, chat. Yeah, like, it really is so much easier. Like, both of these runners could have left Sand at, like, the 12-13 minute mark. But instead, they both left Sand at, like, the 25-minute mark. So, I don't know, man. I'm not convinced. But, again, maybe there's a greater plan here. But this is definitely racking my brain. And not exactly in a positive way. Triscuit going to the deep woods. He does need moons. I don't know why we're committing to 100 moons. It's, just feels like a mistake. Once again, kingdom progression can be good sometimes. It opens up more avenues to get things done faster sometimes. Oh, okay. So, Placid still collecting Luigi's. I guess they're planning to buy the boxer shorts. I mean, I don't know what else that could be for. So C3 is definitely happening. I don't know, chat. Oh! Yeah, that's a bit of a rough def. Not much you could do there. Well, I mean, you could reroute and get, over the cliff's edge and then get your Goomba Moon now. Which is exactly what Placid is doing. Just a little bit of rerouting. Oh, we captured the wrong Goomba stack. Wait, what? Okay, I did not know you could jump onto the 3 stack like that. What? Without taking damage? What kind of sorcery is this? Is Triscuit getting 8-bit moons? To my knowledge, no. I don't think he's really been gunning after the 8-bit moons. To be honest, I don't really know what Triscuit is. 100 moons total on this board is just not it. But that was really impressive, capturing the 3 stack like that without taking damage. Using the 2 stack to jump onto the 3 stack. Usually it's the opposite way around, because it's a lot easier to hop onto a 2 stack than a 3 stack. I guess if anything, that was a cool flex. I respect it, honestly. Okay, I think I figured out, okay, so Triscuit is doing C2, C4, TLBR? Ugh, I mean, I guess. 100 moons total, man. Why? Why, Triscuit? And a failed nut clip to go with it. Man. Cappy, hit the lever, bro. Man, dude. That's probably the slowest activation of that lever I've seen, though. Triscuit could still be doing row 1. I guess. I guess he could still be doing row 1, but then why are we grabbing extra moons in sand? Like, maybe he realized 100 moons is a bad idea, or he collected too many moons in sand? I don't know. I wish I knew. Maybe, yeah, maybe he just accidentally collected too many in sand. By 5. I think he left sand with 37 moons. Like, what on earth, man? Because he globed with 44 moons, and I know he collected a couple of moons. So. He left sand with 37 moons when he only needs 32. How do you collect 5 extra moons like that? Oh! What a save! Woo! That was close. I gotta know what the runners are thinking. That's the fun part, Lapis. Sometimes they aren't. Kidding. Kidding, of course. But I definitely have questions. I mean, I guess both of the runners are just committing to later finishes at this point. Maybe they had ideas of ending in loss, but then we're like, screw it, it's not worth it. And now they're doing the 4 checkpoints line, since they already did most of the hard parts already. I mean, believe it or not, Triscuit still has a shot here. Because Placid needs to revisit loss. Triscuit doesn't. It is a fast revisit, but I'm not convinced. Actually, if Triscuit's doing row 1, I think he's screwed. Because he hasn't revisited Cap yet. I don't know, chat. The interviews will be interesting. They always are 3 shots. They always are. You're just like, so, why did you think this idea was good? And then they're like, well, to tell you the truth, I didn't. But I did it anyway. How did you end up in this predicament? Cap revisit is C4 anyway? Yeah, exactly. So, like, no matter what, Triscuit has to revisit Cap. And Placid's already in Cloud, and we know that he's doing a loss revisit with C3. So, feels like Placid has this one in the bag. Things could still go wrong, but it's looking good for Placid. Triscuit is still collecting moons in Wooded. Oh god. Why are we doing this? Chat, why are we doing this? We're actually doing 100 moons. No. I thought we were trolling. We're not baiting the commentators anymore. Me when bingo panic sets in, except it got 10x worse somehow. Yeah, like, I don't know how this is the solution you come up with. I mean, the thing with bingo is, like, you know, you gotta know how to back things up, and you gotta know when to adapt and shift your lines. Triscuit should have shifted and adapted his lines right out of sand. Something had to click that going for 100 moons total on this card wasn't the right play. But I don't think it did. Sometimes it's worth switching lines, and sometimes it's not. This definitely would have been a situation where it was worth switching lines for Triscuit. I just don't see the 100 Moons Gambit ever working here. Like, even if I played this route against Placid, I would lose. Because it's just more of everything. It's not to say that my movement is worse or better than Triscuit's or Placid's or vice versa. It's just you're doing more when the whole point is you should be doing less. So... you don't usually want to switch lines after I've entered Sand. That's fair, but I do think there's cases for it. This is one of them. I think Triscuit should have looked at what he was doing and really said, I don't know if I can commit to the bit. Okay, so this is 90 moons. So he gets 10 in Lost, and then he gets the 3 checkpoints in Metro. Is that what's going on? He still needs to revisit Cap. He still needs to revisit Cap. Like, yeah, he still needs to revisit Cap. I don't get it. I don't get it, chat! I don't get it. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure Ice Cave Treasure was a red herring mark from PlacidMink. Don't think he's actually doing anything in relation to that line. Just wanted to mark off the goal. Give the commentator a good old heart attack. Because it doesn't make sense. One cap, 13 in Lost, plus Night. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, chat. And Triscuit is having a meltdown in the Bowser fight. Please don't die. Please don't die. Okay, we're fine. I mean, mentally we might not be fine, but we're fine. We didn't die to Cloud Bowser. This is a rough-looking board. Arrow Razor, my guy. What's good, man? Yeah, so it looks like Placid just is gonna be finishing up here shortly. Just needs to revisit Loss. This board isn't too bad. I actually don't think this board is that bad. I do think both of these runners made some hiccups in deciding their route. I think it's one of those boards where it's like, you look at it and you're like, oh, day Metro, I don't want to do that. And then you commit to some nonsense that allows you to finish a night Metro, but the reality is it's not worth it. And you should have just committed to day Metro. Because, like, it really isn't worth doing everything these runners done, especially Tristan. But it looks like PlacidMink has just finished with a 46-55. So, GG's to Placid, taking game 1. So, PlacidMink is done. Winning the first race in the best of 3. Yeah, I don't know, man. 100 moons. I don't think that was a good idea. Yeah, I mean, you could chill in the chat between rounds. I don't think we're doing...
Hello.
Oh, hey, you're here.
Yes.
I don't think we were doing interviews in between rounds, or at least planning to do interviews between rounds.
Okay.
I
wasn't sure. It sent me the invite. So I was like,
I guess since you're here and Triscuit is still finishing, I guess we could give a couple of thoughts this board. So
yeah.
So I mean, what were your first thoughts when looking at this card? Because my first thoughts were, this looks like a lot to finish early. Maybe Day Metro is worth it.
Yeah, I was thinking Day Metro. The more I looked at it, the more I kind of like Seaside, but I don't really know.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking like column 1, row 1, TOBR or something.
Yeah, I think Seaside would have been a little too aggressive.
And then my second thoughts as I was looking at this card was that I failed Dino Skip. And those were also my third thoughts, because I failed Dino Skip again.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was a tough time.
Yeah, but listen, you still got the dub. I think Triscuit thought for whatever reason 100 moons total was worth it on this board, so that kind of saved you.
Yeah, not sure about that one.
Yeah, definitely not sure.
But yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to be here, so I'm gonna like leave.
Listen, it's cool either way. I don't care that much.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I need to undone on Placid. Oh, is that why you got sent the invite? I thought I was supposed to click done to mark his scorecard. Oh, okay. There we go. +1. There we go. Okay. My bad, chat. I didn't mean to mark him as the winner of the whole thing prematurely. I was just trying to mark his little bubble. That is completely my bad, chat. We do have another game. Triscuit could redeem himself, win game 2, and then we have a game 3, which would be fun. I am personally a fan of game 3, so I will just innately be rooting for Triscuit on this next card, because I want to see game 3. That was funny, though. Placid shows up, and the first thing he's like, "Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to be." Chat, does anyone know how to do dino skip? Yeah, you just put his little feet C on the trampoline, and dino go wee up in the air. I think that's the best I got. It's for the god speedrunners. Yeah, bro. Getting that dino's toes to hit the trampoline is pretty tough work. I think the precision on that is just too strong. I don't, Arrow, and here's the reason why. You still need 29 extra moons in your route. Sorry, 28, because you're revisiting for Toad and Cap. But that's still a lot! Anyways, he did finish, so, GG's to Triscuit for finishing. Or he will be done as soon as he gets, Captain Toad here. There we go. 52-12. GG Triscuit. Not exactly the best 3 lines on this card, I'd say. But, hey, we're ready for game 2. So, set up a new race time. Probably should have done that in between runs, TBH. We'll be using the same bingo boards to switch that out. Alright, it looks like our runners are ready to be sent off once again. So, let's do it. Good luck, have fun, part 2. All right, here we go again. Game 2 in the best of 3. Placid wins this. It will be GG Placid, and they will move on to the semifinals of the tournament to face JD Boy. If Triscuit wins, we get a game 3. So I think you know which one I'm rooting for. Anyways, let's take a look at the board. Let's take a look at the board. Should be showing up on the stream shortly. But I do see some seaside goals, so maybe we're locked. Maybe? Wait, are we locked? No, we are not locked. Okay. There's one seaside goal, one snow goal, and a couple of other rough goals that maybe we want to avoid, like 225 total regionals, World Peace Sand, 6 moons from Moon Shards. That's kind of ugly. So, yeah, not loving that. Alright, there we go. There's the new board. Yeah, 24 moon sand center. Interesting. I don't want to say that's a bad center, but that's, like, not exactly an ideal center. You do have to do some extra stuff in sand for that, so maybe not super advisable. What more is there to say here? You have goals like plant 5 seeds, which is Metro. A little bit sneaky with that one, but that is a Metro finish goal, so... Yeah, so it does look like you can finish early here, but you would be committing to some relatively slow goals, potentially. 225 total, 7 timer challenges, 6 moons from Moon Shards. Sheesh. And or World Peace Sand. Oof. Wait a minute. Maybe there's a path here. Like, what if you did TLBR, row 2, and C4? Then you only have to do the shards and the timers, which I think is a lot more manageable than shards, timers, plus 225. I think that's probably the path, especially since this line would give you both the 6 and the 7. You would have to do World Peace Wooded. I don't think that's an atrocious time sink here. Maybe? Not sure. 6 moons from Moon Shards is a cap revisit. Maybe it's not good. Maybe that's not that good. What if you did... There's also C1. If you do C1 in row 5 and just commit to the regionals, it opens up some relatively fast line. So what if you did... C1, row 5, C4, and just said, screw the timer challenges, screw the shards. Well, you're still doing 6, but 6 is reasonable, I think. I mean, you have to purchase moons anyway. No, but that still ends up with World Peace Wooded, no? 2 Cascade, 1 Wooded... Oh, no, that's 6. That's 6, okay. You're good. So, if you do these 4 lines, you do have to commit to every timer challenge that does not involve Peace up until Wooded, so you do have to go back to Cap, but you're going back to Cap anyway for the Moon, like purchasing the Moon. So I don't think this is terrible. You do have Captures. Ooh, Captures a little nasty here. But you have to go to Deep Woods anyway. I think this is every capture up through Lost. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't know if I like that as much. Yeah, I don't know, man. This card's kind of an L. There's a lot going on here, but nothing that, like, really feels good. Because even if you commit to 225, there's, like, no regional synergy to pair. I don't know, chat. Not feeling convinced, but let's see what these runners are cooking. Captures are really not bad. They're only bad if you're committing to a wasp finish. That would mean you need every capture except for one, and the one that you skip is knuckle attack, obviously, so you essentially need every capture. It's not that they're bad, it's that you're essentially putting yourself on a pretty big route. And you gotta be very careful not to miss any captures, so that you're revisiting. Captures are fine if you go to Night Metro. Yeah, that's true, because then you open up Picture Match for yourself. So, possibly. I just don't know if the route's that worth it at that point. Well, that's Snow Seaside. What are your options there? Anything good? Not really. Yeah, you're kind of forced to early finish this. I just don't love the idea of doing 225 with basically zero synergy. But I also don't love the idea of committing to both shards plus timers to avoid the 225. So you can't really win here. Kind of liking row 4, row 5, C5. What is row 4, row 5, C5? That is ill. Oh, I don't like that at all. That's 225 plus World Peace Sand plus Metro Finish plus Cap Revisit. Yeah, I don't like that at all. And a lot of moons. That's a problem. Yeah, I'd rather do 225 no synergy. I'd rather do 225 no synergy. Maybe that's just me. But we'll see what these runners commit to. Placid already doing some timer challenges. A timer challenge. Triscuit capturing the big chomp. Very important if you're going for captures. You need all of them by loss. Triscuit also getting regional coins. Dang, that movement was clean. That was really good. Very fast regional collecting here from Triscuit. Oh! He did the jump off the side there from the painting. Oh, that's rare. You don't see that very often. That's cool. So what he did there was there's like a little piece of collision that doesn't send you downward, and you can get a wall jump up there with a cap return jump. Essentially jump back up to the Odyssey without having to go onto the bridge. So that's pretty cool. Low-key effort, do row 1. What is row 1 again? World Peace Sand, but you go to Snow. I mean, if there's any IP skippers in the chat, maybe this line is missing. I could see the World Peace Sand if you commit to IP skip. What do you pair that with, though? Like, what do you pair row 1 with? Confused. I don't know what you pair row 1 with, honestly. This is a moon-heavy board, but there's also a 225 total regional, but not a total moon skill, so... It is something, but it's still pretty slow. You could definitely do 24 without the World Peace Sand, and it would actually be pretty quick, honestly. Because what makes the World Peace Sand slow is World Peace Sand, not having to do 24 minutes. Anyways, Placid planted a seed, and is getting the moon along with it. I'm sure Triscuit will do roughly the same. I also forgot to mention this, but they're actually playing in different languages of Chinese. So Triscuit's playing in traditional Chinese, which is what used to be faster in the game. But then they eventually figured out that simplified Chinese was faster, so everyone swapped to that. I guess Triscuit didn't get the memo. I don't think he's losing that much time, maybe like a second. I don't even think it's a full second. I think it's a literal frames. Anyways, Triscuit is chasing the bird. That's never a good sign. He gave up chasing the bird. Probably an advisable idea. Maybe row 1, C3, but I don't know on a third. I just think that's too much, Arrow. Like, 24 Moon Sand, 10 Cascade, 16 Lake. That is a lot of extra moons. And you're going to Snow. I don't see it. I'm doing 225 no synergy. I already made up my mind. If I was doing this card, I'd be doing row 5, C1, and C4. Personally, doing 225 no synergy doesn't bother me that much. It is a bit of a headache. But I think that's better than doing anything else on this card, to be honest. I also wouldn't have any leeway on the captures unless if I proceed to Night Metra, but I still think that's worth it, honestly. Is it a lot? Yes, but no one ever said bingo is easy. I also still think it's less than doing whatever the heck you do on other routes. Your original was C1, row 4, row 5? I said C4. What is row 4? Row 4 is day metro, which I think is fine. I think that's a reasonable sacrifice if you don't feel comfortable with 225 by loss, and it also gives you leeway on the captures. I could see it. Personally, I feel confident enough to get away with that, but I totally get it if you don't feel confident to do that. Oh. Triscuit is going to Moon Shards in the Sand. Why? Story Moon. Story Moon. Triscuit's going for 5 Story Moons, and only the Story Moons. Having a little bit of issues getting that shard. I personally have a pretty consistent way to do this. You just, spin pound, cap bounce, cap return. Basically what Triscuit's doing, but he has to wall slide at a specific point to guarantee that Cappy collects it. I don't think he knew that. Oh my god! Oh, we're living on the edge, chat. We are living on the edge. I thought Triscuit was dead there. These shards are really giving him issues. See, down throws are only good if Cappy actually collects what he needs to collect. You would do BLTR over row 4. Yeah. I guess the triangle could work. With the World Peace Sam. Still a lot. Yeah, row 5, C5, DLTR. Yeah, the triangle. We do see Placid answering Sphinx questions, so... potentially thinking what I'm thinking on this board, which is, screw the fact that there's no regional synergy, I'm just gonna do it anyway. Because synergy isn't everything if what you're replacing it with is just significantly worse and slower. Which is essentially what happens on this card. There's just too much going on. He's also hurting sheep, which is C1. So definitely within line of what I would do. Hitting the sheep with the jacks. Bold choice. I don't know how I feel about this strat, honestly. I don't think it works very well, honestly. Like, in theory, hitting the sheep with Jaxie could work well if you're a TAS and you don't make mistakes, but Placid's not a TAS. Yeah, that's not working. Bro, just get off the Jaxie. It's gonna be fine. Just, don't throw the sheep off the edge. Alright, yeah. I mean, he got them close enough where... Oh! Wait, he hit the sheep into the pen, and it caused it to be agitated, so the moon sequence didn't activate. Wait, that was sick. What do you mean Placid isn't TAS? To my knowledge, Placid is not a TAS. Triscuit is also herding sheep, doing definitely a bit more what I would expect from somebody herding sheep. Just doing some spin pounds, maybe guiding the last sheep a little more carefully. Yeah. There you go. And then get this one out from behind the cactus. It's such a great goal. Right, chat? We love herding sheep. Anyways, moon shards in the sand from Placid. Just committing to pretty normal movement. Oh! Was he actually trying to get up? Oh, he was. Okay, well, at least he collected it. Interesting. I mean, I know that vertical's possible. I just never really thought to do it in bingo because there's usually just a faster way to collect that moon shard. Anyways, Triscuit is leaving sand. He's not paying attention to their purple coin count, but I do know that they've collected a reasonable amount of purple coins so far, so maybe I'd put them at like 70 purple coins right now. I don't know how many Placid is collected. Triscuit decided to commit to shards. Maybe. I mean, I know they need the story moon, so maybe they aren't committing to shards. I mean, maybe they're all just doing the same route. Did Triscuit answer Sphinx questions? I don't know. I don't recall Triscuit going by Sphinx. So I don't think Triscuit's doing C4 row 2. Did Triscuit answer the Sphinx questions? I thought Placid answered the Sphinx questions. I know one of them did. I thought it was Placid. So, what could Triscuit be doing, assuming he didn't answer the Sphinx? Whole lot of stuff. Anyways, Placid's back in cap. We did see this as a potential option. Looks like he's back here for shards means. So Placid is committing to shards. So Placid's doing row 2. Pretty much confirmed. So I'm pretty sure he was the one that answered the Sphinx questions. Not quite committing to one cycle Poison Room, but did a bit of a half cycle where he went back with the Paragon Bow a little bit. Still pretty fast. I respect it. If Triscuit didn't answer the Sphinx, then he's doing C1, C5. Yeah. Probably. No, he can't be doing C5. He already left Sam without doing World Peace. Row 2, C4, TLBR for Placid. Looking likely. Seems possible. Did Placid get 24 sand? No. But he could go back through the painting to finish off his sand moves. I could see that. I could totally see that, Lapis. That was one of the routes I did mention at the start, so Keep in mind, if he is doing that without World Peace Sand, he is going to have to do World Peace Wooded if he's not going to do Day Metro. So, we will have to keep that in mind for the 7-timer challenge. For the 7-timer challenge. Because there's only 6 available without doing any piece up through loss. I know Placid got extra moons in sand, yeah. Then, seems probably likely, at this point, that that's what Placid's route is. It's not a bad route, I just think it's probably more than doing the 225 plus 26 unique captures. It's less of a headache, that's for damn sure. But, probably slower. If you want to be a winner in these bingo matches, sometimes you have to commit to the really tough headache-inducing routes. I would definitely consider C1, row 5, C4 a pretty big headache-inducing, but I definitely can't argue if it's speed. It's a fast route if you know what you're doing. Well, faster than what Placid's doing, anyway. I wouldn't say anything on this route is necessarily... Anything on this card is necessarily fast, but... yeah. Anyways, Triscuit went back to Sand to get a Warp Painting Moon, so... he's likely going to mark off the 2 Warp Painting Moons goal very shortly. Possible they're just committing to the same route, honestly. And just executing it in slightly different ways. Not impossible. But again, that does mean World Peace Wooded is going to have to be completed by both of these if they don't want the Day Metro. So that'll definitely be a choice. Do you want to go to Day Metro, or do you want to end in loss? I think you end in loss. So, because World Peace Wooded is a 3-minute time sink, essentially, and Night Metro is a 3-minute time sink, and you don't even have to finish loss, so... Yeah. I'm personally doing World Peace Wooded, if I had to make a decision. Oh! This sub-area has not been nice to Triscuit today. That is 2 deaths in the JGCC room today in Triscuit. And... go to... shit. Yeah, that's brutal. That is actually brutal. I actually think Triscuit had a pretty good lead before these 2 deaths. That's tough. Assuming they're going for the same route, Triscuit has already completed most of Lake. Oh my god. Bro, just ride the elevator. Why are we committing? Oh my god. 3rd time's the charm, I guess. Was it worth it? No. It was not worth it. I personally don't even go for that Shining Bounce. I hate it. I can do it, but like I don't want to do it. And I think that's a reasonable reason. Anyways, Placid also went back to Sand for a timer challenge. Gonna be marking off Warp Painting as well. But neither of them got 24 moons in Sand, to my knowledge, so... I don't think we're doing TLBR, chat. So, I think our runners are committing to 225 in some way, sense, or shape, or form. I know Triscuit has definitely committed to I haven't really been paying attention to Placid's regional counts, but I think they've definitely been lower than Triscuit's. Tough to say. I go for it. Fair enough. Listen, I'm less of a man than you. It's okay. I'm willing to admit that. Yeah, these purple coins are not very fast, so usually when you go for these coins, means you're probably committing to 225 total by law. just a thought. Those are not fast purple coins. Okay. It's a step in the right direction. We are purchasing a moon here. So it looks like Triscuit has pretty much committed to C1, which means 225 is in the works, as we have said before. It looks like it's C1, C4, and row 2 for Triscuit. Placid did mark off 24 sand, so I guess Placid's going for the other route, the C4, TLBR, and row 2. So Placid did get 24 moons. Okay. Got it. Okay. I think I know what each runner is doing now. Which makes sense, because again, Triscuit has been committing to regional coins, Placid is not, so it makes perfect sense. My question now is, I'm just gonna pull through here, because, like, dodging the regional coins only works if you're substituting it for something equal or less annoying, and I think collecting more moons in each of these kingdoms might be worse, honestly. Especially since Triscuit could work in some nice revisit synergy with the lake art. That's always a fun strategy. And he saved the timer for later, too. So that way he can just move around the kingdoms better. Yeah, look at this. Doing... Oh, talk to the wrong shop person. Oh wait, no they didn't. They're purchasing a hat. Why are they purchasing a hat? Do they need to purchase hats? They do. They do need to purchase hats. Oh, so that was intentional. Or maybe it wasn't intentional, but he just used it as an opportunity to... I'm not sure. But, regardless, it works for them. Maybe it was intentional. And they're collecting the remaining regionals at the front of the kingdom. Yeah, that was very nicely done. Very good routing from Triscuit. I definitely like that routing decision a lot. Yeah, Triscuit's looking pretty good here. So Triscuit isn't committing to the shards, actually. Is doing the route I would do. Alright, so Triscuit is doing row 5. Confirmed. Row 5 is confirmed for Triscuit. Only needs to go back to Cap to purchase the moon, by the way. And get some quick regionals. Which is nice, because Cap is really good for quick regionals. I'd say there's like 31 quick regionals in Cap. It's every regional outside the sub-areas and the tower. Which gives you 31. So pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, so we're purchasing more moons. Getting a couple more quick regional coins. Is he gonna go for these ones as well? Yep. Nice little capture backwards for those regionals. Wait, why are we going up here? Oh, we're going into the tower? Really? I don't really consider these to be fast purple coins, but maybe they are. I guess they are if, like, you just go at it directly. Yeah, okay. I could see it. He did miss one. I guess if you're just running through, it works. He missed 2. So, he was supposed to collect 9, and he got... Oh, I see. He did the workaround route because he needs the timer challenge. Oh, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. And then he's going to drop down for these 4 on the hat. Yep. This is really smart routing from Triscuit. I like where this is going, chat. I think we're going to get a game... I think we're going to get a game 3. I think Placid is too much to do. I think if Triscuit plays the rest of this out well, I think he has a good shot. Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, these were definitely big brain revisits. Yeah, that was solid routing on Triscuit's part. Assuming Triscuit's capture count is good, he's on good pace to finish. Within, like, the next 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, maybe 10 to 12 is a stretch. I'm gonna say 14. I could maybe pull it off in 10 to 12, but I think we're gonna see like 45 minutes time from Triscuit. 45-minute time from Triscuit. Did Placid talk to Wooded Sphinx? Or is that what he's doing right now? Wait. Oh, he's going back for it. I literally called it. I was like, I didn't see him do that. And when I saw Triscuit do it. Yeah, this is very important. This is very missable. If he missed Wooded Sphinx, it basically would have been an automatic loss for Placid. Nothing more you could do there except go to Seaside to finish out your Sphinx questions. Wow, dude. How many more timers does Triscuit need? Yeah, just 1. Because he's only going for the 6, so he doesn't need to do World Peace, but Placid does. But Triscuit needs to be careful about his capture count. Remember, in order to do this route successfully, you need all of the capture. If you're not going past loss. If you're going past loss, then you have a little bit more room for error, but you probably are not. So Triscuit does not have a lot of room for error with captures. Needs to get all of them. I believe he's done a pretty good job so far. Don't think he's missed any. Because he got Puzzle Piece. That's a pretty easy one to forget about. Remember, he's allowed to miss 1, but his 1 is automatically... So... Get Poison Piranha. Okay, we're getting these regionals first, that's fine. I don't know Triscuit's regional route 100% here. Like, I have a general idea. I think he's at, like, 150. Oh... Careful. Okay, he got it. Nice. I think I literally just did, a bingo card in my tournament run where I almost tied to the Poison Piranha plant. That was not great. So, definitely something. Yeah, we're committing to everything here for Triscuit. The regionals, the capture. But it's all necessary. Remember, Triscuit doesn't have to get world peace. Placid does. I think Placid knows this and might be sweating a little bit. You love being so unconfident that I get Poison Piranha Plant when going to B-side needing 20. It's funny, Lapis, because if I just got Poison Piranha Plant in my run a couple nights ago against 04 Dude, I would have been fine. But I skipped it thinking I didn't need it, so... Sometimes being unconfident is good. I mean... I should have just been more aware and been a little bit better about getting 22. Alas, we don't live in that timeline. To be fair, I did about as good of a job backing that up as I possibly could. I don't really think there was a faster way to back that up looking back at it. I was just, it just worked out for me because 04 Dude messed up worse than me with it, so... You've had several instances of dying in the Poison Piranha Plants when I can't get Mario to throw the dang rock in its mouth. I mean, that literally happened, that literally almost happened to me, so... I don't blame you. It can be tricky. Placid is making quick work of what he needs to do in Wooded, but I don't know if it's going to be quick enough work. Triscuit does still need to visit the Deep Woods, by the way. I don't believe I've seen Triscuit in the Deep Woods. So, still needs to go to Deep Woods. Oh, he also needs the Story Moon. Okay. Yeah, he does need the Story Moon. Yeah, using a Rocket Flower is only advisable if you actually know where you're... that did not quite work out for Triscuit there. But, getting the hang of it. Oh, and then using a Rocket Flower to make his way to the far side of the Deep Woods. Fair enough. Oh my god. This log, it can be so annoying sometimes. I don't know, chat. This is going to be close. It's all going to depend on how diligent Triscuit has been with his regional. And obviously, if he doesn't miss a capture. I think Triscuit has a shot. It's close, though. I don't know who's in the lead. I do not know who's in the lead. Very close. Like I said, assuming Triscuit has captured everything and he's been diligent with his regional, he might be on top here. I'm not sure. It's so close. Just too much going on. Yeah, gonna have to track down good old Dinosaur and completely miss his throw. It's gonna be a bit of a problem. There you go. Placid completing his last timer challenge. Or, I'm sorry, it's not his last timer challenge, because he didn't do the one in Cap. But as long as he does the other World Peace one that appears in Wooded, once he do World Peace, he'll be fine. Yeah. He's gonna go do it right now. He also needs to get the Shards Moon from Shards Rock. Oh, yep, yeah, you don't need that moon. Yeah, making a good decision to skip out on that moon. You don't need it. Gonna have to wait for Cappy to come back. It's a little awkward. Alright, so Triscuit just needs... Oh, that was fancy. A little unnecessary. I don't think that was necessary. I don't even know if that was faster than just going up the ramp normally with the rocket launch. Did I mention this was close, chat? It's very close. I don't know who's in the lead. I actually don't know. Because it's all going to depend on if Triscuit got every capture or not. I don't think Placid has purchased his costumes yet. So Placid still needs to do that. Okay. I think Placid has it. It's gonna be close, but I think Placid has it. Alright, we did just see a capture check there from Triscuit. I think I saw 23, which I believe is correct. The only capture he's missing now is the rocket, so he should be good to go. And then he'll get the Tropical Wiggler and Glidon and Loss to make 26. Didn't he already capture a Paragoomba? Or did he not get a Paragoomba in cap? Oh, I'm trolling. He didn't get a Paragoomba in cap. Wait, what? Does he have 20 moons? Why didn't he just break the nut in the sub-area? Why are you... Oh. Oh, because he wants more moons. I was about to say, he could have just warped to the Odyssey from the inside the sub-area, but I guess if he needs more purple coins, he needs more purple coins. I mean, he knows more than I do about his purple. He's definitely been diligently collecting them. I just don't know how diligently. This is gonna be close, chat. I think Triscuit has it. Or, sorry, not Triscuit, Placid. I think Placid has it. I don't think Triscuit is fast enough here. He's now a whole Cloud Kingdom behind. 72 in Wooded, yeah. I mean, I'd like to think he's close to 225. He just needs like 20 or so in loss to finish up here, but... Again, I'm not convinced. Again, I do like Triscuit's route more. I just don't think his general execution was good enough to keep up with Placid's movement here. I think Placid has the more straightforward idea of get moons you need, and that's it. There's no real in between. There's no tracking of like captures or purple coins, none of that, so... He just needs to purchase his costume sets and get the Shards Moon, and he will be done. That will be GG to PlacidMink. Keep in mind, Triscuit still needs to purchase hats. Which, while it's not costume sets, he still needs to purchase something from the shop outside the moon. So, Those are the costume sets and the hats. And then he just needs to do lost shards. Wait, what? Wait, what was that? Wait, what? Wait, why'd he do that? Okay. I mean, again, I don't think it matters. I think Triscuit has too much to do here. How many purple coins does this man need? There's no way, chat. Ain't no way, man. Oh, jeez. Capture it! You need to capture him! No! What are we doing? Oh, whatever. Placid already won. GG to Placid. 44.55. Pretty good time. That is a sub 45 for Placid. And he is the winner. Score 2. Done. Placid is the winner. Oh, I gave him a third? What? Don't give him a third. Alright. GG to PlacidMink. Getting it done. Moving on to the semi-finals of the tournament. I still like TriscuitSR more, but I think execution was a little shoddy here. Maybe Triscuit didn't collect enough regionals in the earlier kingdoms, and that sort of put him in a weird spot moving forward. Oh, having to wait to have enough money to purchase what you need from the Luigi is crazy, dude.
Hello.
Oh.
I think this time I am supposed to be here.
Yeah, this time you're supposed to be here. Well done.
Okay.
Done. 2-0.
Yeah.
That feels good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, personally, for me, I would have liked to see Game 3. I actually thought it might happen because I actually do prefer TriscuitSR to yours.
Yeah, I really was not in the mood to do purple coins today.
Okay.
And I was just like...
That's fair.
No,
I respect it. I do think on this board, it's potentially worth it.
Yeah, probably, I think.
You have to do World Peace Wooded to make up for that extra timer. You're just getting significantly more moons. There's more backtracking. There's some slow moons you have to get as well. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Do what you did, but... I mean, listen, if you get it done faster than your opponent, that's all that matters, so...
Exactly. I kind of played the card not great as well.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too bad.
No, I think you had a couple of small hiccups, but nothing too serious.
I forgot where some of the shards were and lost. That was
yeah, I saw that. I didn't know why
I went to a coin
where Captain Toad was. I was like, he doesn't need Toad. He doesn't need coin.
I saw the coin and I was like, that's a shard, surely.
Hilarious.
And I forgot to get coins in Lake at all, so then I got to Wooded and I was like, oh, I can't afford to buy the outfits.
I need to mark Triscuit as done so he can be invited to the call. There we go. But anyways, I felt like both of these cards were pretty tough, actually. They were both early finish cards, but like with a twist. Like there was always something extra you had to do here. It felt pretty difficult. How's it going, Triscuit?
Yeah.
Good. GG, Placid.
Yeah, GG's to you.
Yeah, I felt like you both were pretty sensible in your routing on this second board. Triscuit, what happened on the first card?
Like routing wise, or
Yeah, I don't think 100 Moons is ever the play on that first card.
I thought it was better than it actually was there. Like
Yeah.
it looked good since I was doing so many in sand, and like I can easily get extras
Sure, but
everywhere.
you still need 29 more.
Yeah, it
Even
turned
if
out
you
it was
keep
not the play.
making in sand. Yeah, 29 extra moons is a lot. Yeah, I think outside of that, I didn't see too many like major blind mishaps. I actually really liked your route in the second board. It's definitely what I would have picked on the on this second card.
Yeah, the second one was actually a pretty solid card as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. Both of these cards were like early finishes, but like with like weird caveats, weird twists
Yeah.
that you usually wouldn't see otherwise. It's
I won't
you're
lie, I
like,
kind of forgot 20 Moons Lake was a goal just in general.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a mood.
I feel like it just never shows up for some reason.
I think
I don't know, I
out
see it
of
pretty
like
often.
all of the big moon goals, it's like probably one of my favorites. I'm like a big advocate of lots of lake moons.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's just DSNR route, but you do outfit clip instead of notes.
Yeah, I think lake's just a pretty nice kingdom if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing super challenging there, assuming you don't like get like caught up on like lake clip and you only have to collect moons. So
Yeah, it would also help if I didn't just forget how to do the lake sub area today.
yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
well,
I
you
died
had
there
3 deaths cumulatively in JGCC between the two games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
I might have died
I
twice.
personally
there.
don't
Yeah.
go for the shiring bounce at the end of the sub area. I'm not, I'm not enough of a man to do that, but I respect you for doing it.
Yeah. If I didn't play like garbage, I think I might have actually been able to take game 2 here as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
you
had
have a
so
better
many
route for
mistakes.
yeah, I think so. I think like execution wise, game 2 was very shoddy for you, but I do think you had the better route.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just really didn't want to do purples.
Yeah, and that is completely valid. But yeah, GG's to you, PlacidMink. You will be moving on to the semifinals, facing JD Boy.
Ooh,
how do you
JD
feel
Boy.
about
Oh,
that will be.
That's gonna be cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
gonna be
mean,
an
to be fair,
interesting
both
match.
of these semifinal matches are going to be pretty
That's
tough.
true, because yeah, you versus Mark, Placid versus JD. That's...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's going to be a show.
and then the
Pretty
finals are
good.
gonna be crazy too.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no matter who makes it.
Yeah.
Pretty much every match from here on out is going to be pretty insane. So, yeah, pretty tough competition. Unfortunately, this is the end of the road for you, Triscuit, but quarterfinals,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good performance for you.
Yeah, I can't be too upset. I did kind of expect to lose to Placid here, so
I mean, that's literally how I feel about me going into the match. Listen. I'm gonna go in with optimism, but I've not played the game enough to be confident enough to beat him right now. So
Yeah, I've been doing so many things other than Odyssey lately.
yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah.
practice a lot before my
Yeah,
game
it's
with
like,
JD.
dude, I just don't play this game anymore. I just hop in and I play and I commentate bingo, and then I disappear for like 6 months. It's great.
I just hope I get to watch at least one game 3. I'm upset that I didn't get to see Mark versus Lapis.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Their set was so intense. Like, I think
also wish I
all
was
3 of
there for
those
that.
games were definitely worth watching.
Agron, you got to bring Mark to 3 games. Do
I
it.
hope so. I mean, listen, I'm hoping I get to a game 3 if I lose the set. You know, like if I get 2-0'd, I might be a little upset about that, but it is what it is, I guess.
It is what it is.
Whatever happens, happens, right?
Yeah. Mark's just really fast. It's scary.
Mark's just insane.
Yeah.
That's all we need to say.
Sure. Sounds reasonable. But yeah, I think that's about it for me. Do either of you have any final thoughts on either of the cards that you just played?
I don't think so.
No,
Cool.
other than I was disappointed there was no Key Moon goal. I would love to see
No
that
Key
in my
Moon.
JD
Oh
match.
yeah, for captureless TNT, the Placid special.
Dude, I beat Mark one time with cashless CMT because it was a good cashless CMT card.
That's such a joke.
So it's like,
Yeah, speaking of tricks, I'm not man enough to do.
I just
Completely
practice it so
valid.
much because it's my thing.
Yeah. It was like your BTT segment or something, right?
Yeah.
No, it actually wasn't.
It wasn't.
No, I just did it a
Wait.
lot.
Wait. So what's the story behind you being obsessed with captureless TNT?
I died like 30 times to it in a bingo once, and I was like, I'm not doing that again. I'm gonna just hit it every time.
as you do.
That makes it even better.
As you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do either of you want to shout yourselves out?
There's also just a chat command.
There is a
Yeah,
chat.
there's a chat command.
Yeah, follow the runners. Follow me if you want, even though I don't play this. I do play Catan at a competitive level, so if you want to see high-level Catan content, you can definitely follow me.
Yeah, you can follow me, but I'm probably not gonna stream except for the semifinals, and if I like somehow get motivation to task again, I'm just doing so many things lately.
Wait. Just the semifinals? So you're not making...
I'm not super confident.
Oh, okay. So, you and me both. So should we just expect Mark versus JD, and then if either of us make it, we consider it a miracle?
Pretty much. I'm pretty
Cool.
washed, so.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly how I feel. I'm just, not, actively grinding this game anymore. I just come in, I play bingo, and I leave.
I also like how this tournament has gone almost exactly as we expected based off of seeds.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there was, slight adjustments. I was actually talking about it at the start of the first match. I was like, seeding-wise, I think this is pretty much gone as expected. I think your seeding was a little lower than some of the other quarterfinals, but, still within relative reason. What you were
Yeah, the only two upsets based off of seed this entire bracket were Lapis beating Seaman and you beating 04.
Yeah.
Also, Killjoy losing in group stage.
Oh,
that's true. I was thinking just the final stage, though.
I think Killjoy.
But that is true.
Forfeited, so
yeah,
if we're talking about the tournament in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of upsets. I mean, I don't think me beating 04 is considered an upset. When I played that seeding match, I played literally no Odyssey for probably multiple months at a time.
The questionable Seaside plus Snow route.
It was worth it on that board.
Sure.
It was worth it. Come on.
Whatever you say, man.
It was.
Tell yourself that.
God, we're trolling.
You're trolling, I think.
Bro, Placid thought a coin was a moon shard. If anyone's trolling, it's him.
Okay, look.
Okay, that's bad.
Bro,
in my defense, it's yellow. Okay.
That is true.
All right. Anyways, I'm gonna end the episode. Speed Gaming. Have an awesome night. Peace.